Sunday, February 28th, 2021. It's the final hour of Afternoons LLate. On Friday, the House of Representatives passed the $1,400 third stimulus check bill. Today, Bernie Sanders came out threatening to take on big business over your stimulus check. But thank goodness the president fired back. His chief of staff said that the bill is going to get passed. He will not overrule the parliamentarian and will not punish big business. Could that $1,400 third stimulus check be coming to you by the end of this week? Get ready for the final hour of Afternoons LLate.
From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LA Late.
How are you? Good afternoon. It's a big day with a lot of developments and some great news across the board. How are you? This is Afternoons LLate. Your $14 third stimulus check is passed in the House of Representatives and now can pass the Senate. Boy, we deserve it. We deserve it the last 24 hours. Very dramatic. They started on Thursday when the Senate parliamentarians said that the $15 minimum wage doesn't belong in there. Well, the House left it in there, called it for a vote, passed it on Friday. That was then. We were told it was going to be removed before they called for a vote, but didn't. Then it was heading to the Senate for this Monday, and started all this. Bernie Sanders yesterday, Ron Wyden yesterday, came out with Plan A, Plan B. All these plans were not plans that would help you because the plans would involve holding up your stimulus check. I detailed them yesterday. Viewers were tense. I was tense. It was a lot of confusion. And I said, where's the president? And then he came out. He said, we're not doing that. Not doing that. We're not holding up the $1,400 third stimulus check because of all this wrangling. Number one, Bernie Sanders and the progressives have asked for firing the parliamentarian, which is not a good idea. It would basically hold up your check for 2-3 months. It's just insane. The president said, we're not doing that. The president even said, then Bernie Sanders and the progressives said, let's overrule the parliamentarian, which he doesn't have enough votes for. Doesn't have enough votes for it. He's Republican and Democrat votes for it. And then we got nervous about that as well. Now we can relax because the president said the vice president is not authorized by this administration to overrule it. We're not doing that. Oh, let's breathe. Let's just breathe. We can go in on Monday morning with a smile on our face and energized and positive because guess what? The bill's landed in the Senate. It has a provision in there, $15 minimum wage. Chuck Schumer will be removing that provision because the president has ordered it removed. We are not doing some battle with the parliamentarian. We're calling it for a vote, and we are done. 1-2 days, take it out, vote on it, done. You just need the Democrats, don't need the Republicans. Send it back to the House the same day, vote on the House, off to the president, all can be done in 1 day, done. That's what the president's urging. And Chuck Schumer, by all accounts, will follow those instructions. Now, understand that you're going to hear some fringe demands, and those fringe demands should be ignored by you. They will come from everyone from Bernie to Nancy to the progressives. Janet Yellen yesterday said, here's Janet Yellen, said that we ensure that we are getting to the other side of this pandemic and meet there by a strong, growing economy. The chatter that heated up all day today started with Nancy Pelosi giving a statement last night, a very long statement saying that we're going to get this done, but also talked about the fight for 15. The fight for 15 is her expression for it, $50 minimum wage. That's fine, but it's not going to happen here. Progressives had said, hold up the vote, fire the parliament, all these things make no sense. And the progressive wing has not been fully endorsed by this president for obvious reasons, because it comes a point when the $14 stimulus check is right there, and they're saying, stop, hold it up, because we want to do something else. Not going to happen. Great news, not going to happen. You're going to hear a lot of chatter. Bernie was firing about Walmart all day long. Walmart reacted it to yesterday. Ron Wyden said, we can go in the front door, we can go in the back door. We're going to do things for Plan B to get this done. There's no Plan B. There is no Plan A. Bernie Sanders said that we will get Harris to overrule. She's not going to overrule. Translation. Let's just sit back. It's going to get passed. Just none of this stuff that we'd heard over the last 24 hours is happening. Let me explain what's going on. If you're just joining me, the $1,400 third stimulus check bill was written by the president. He said that the minimum wage should not have been there. He put it in there as a mistake. He said, I should not have put it in there. Then, Thursday, the parliamentarian said doesn't belong in there. The president is a former senator of many decades. His staff said to News he does not object to the forum that he spent his entire career in, the Senate, meaning he doesn't go around firing parliamentarians. That's number one. He doesn't go around overruling parliamentarians, which is a very rare event. Number three, he's not going to do it either. His chief of staff, Ron Klein, says, we're not doing that. He says, clearly he's going to say, we're not overruling the parliamentarian. He wasn't even asked about firing, which is just really fringe progressive stuff. Not even centralist progressive stuff. It's really out there. We're not doing that. Then his press secretary in the last 24 hours says, we're done. We are pushing forward. We're accepting the findings of the parliamentarian, and we're getting this to a pass. And there you go. It's really exciting. I'm really excited for you. Who's in the room? There's Leanne, and there is Linda, and there's Tina. You need to bring that green up. I love it. You are on fire. Alma, it's good. I love these friends. Crayola King, and there's Catalina, and there's Cookie. It's like 5 Tinas. It's like 5 Tinas. There's me. Hi from Texas. It's so much exciting news. It's warm here in LA. You know, when you record 12 shows, 6 hours, it gets warm. It gets warm in LA. But let me go over the deal provisions. The $14 stimulus check is getting to the finish line. It could become a bill. It could become a law as early as Tuesday. That means that you could see the stimulus check land some bank accounts 3 days thereafter. Janet Yellen is the successor to Steve Mnuchin, the last Treasury Secretary. He got them into some people's bank accounts within 3 days. There's Robbie. There's Donna. There's Kay from Cincinnati. How are you? There's Mitch. It's Cookie. Hi, Lynn Glenn. How are you? It's warm in downtown, says Catalina. It is warm. You know, if I was cold, I would look a little different. I am warm. I am warm. And more about that on the video after this, where we get some chit-chat going. But the $1,700 for college students will get that plus a $14 stimulus check. Hazard pay individuals get $1,500 plus a $14 stimulus check. Hazard pay is $25,000 or less 2020 earnings. It's the earned income tax credit, $1,500 plus $1,400. There'll be money for rent, utilities, food, internet. money for rent, low income, middle class, and homeless. There'll be money for mortgage payments if it's a privately held mortgage. There is money for people who need assistance navigating through this entire system. The children's money is very clear and automated. The stimulus check automated. The children's money automated. Everything else after that not automatic. You got to apply for it. But the great news, I mean the really great news, I'm really excited for you, is almost all viewers who make less than $45,000 a year qualify for about $5,000 under this third stimulus package. You qualify for the rent if you're behind the rent, utilities, if behind utilities, internet, food, and that's before you get to the stimulus check. And that's about $5,000 at least. This is great, great, great news. So ultimately, don't look at the stimulus package as $1,400. It's a lot more than that. The children, they get a lot of money. They do get a lot of money. They get $1,400 plus either $3,600 or $3,000 for 17 and years and younger. 17 to 6, $3,000. 5 to newborn, $3,600 plus $1,400 for both of them. So how does this work? Children 5 and younger will get a $1,400 stimulus check with yours. And then starting the month of July, $300 a month for 12 months per child. So you got 2 kids under the age of 5, you get $300 every month. There you go. Then if you have a child 17 to 6, you're going to get $250 a month every month for 12 months. That's for every child you have that is age 6 to 17. Someone in the video before this asked, what if my child's changing from this age to that age? Have any questions about it, go to irs.gov, look at the look at the child tax credit. It talks about what year, when it determines the year of the child and the eligibility. There's all that. That's a whole other video unto itself. And that's just the rent, the utilities, the food, the children, the hazard pay. We got so many things, and the stimulus check, we're just up to that. And people always ask, what about? Well, first of all, the SSI and SSDI is not in there, the $200 a month. There's a new hit show on this channel. All the shows are doing really well. I'm loving your love and loving it back to you. Who else is in the room? The shows are doing really well today. We've been trending online. There's Rudy. There's Alma, there's Janet, there's Janice and Janet, and Catalina and Pachenko, and there's Kathleen, how are you? And there's Linda, and there's Michelle, and there is Brian, how are you? There's a lot, hello from Oklahoma, says Michelle. Thank you for giving us the most informative information. You are amazing, says Gloria. Well, I really appreciate that. Open the window to cool you off. It was a big windstorm. It's been extremely windy. Now it's a little bit better. It was very windy earlier. Trust me, I would have opened the window. I think now it's settled down. But no, you don't not want to see me crashing over. Like Sirloin comes in the set. So this is a great community where everyone is helping each other. I'm helping you. You're helping other people. What I want you to know is that under the third stimulus package, you get the check automatically starting about 3 days after it becomes law. It could become law on Tuesday. And then the next thing that's very soon is the EIDL grant. More about that after the commercial break, because that is application based, but does have a deadline in the law that says how fast they pay you. The children's money doesn't start to July. You'll certainly get money before that item. But the money won't be coming after the stimulus check. After the stimulus check, the money won't be coming right away for these other items. So what do? You watch the video right after this. Purple, in which I get you money, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 money right now under second stimulus. I want you to be financially stable. That's where we're going. I don't want you to be tracking that check of $1,400. I want you to get $5,000 or $10,000 now, so it doesn't matter what day of the week the $1,400 stimulus check under the third stimulus package lands there. I want you to get the money on the come. 2021 is going to be a great year for you. You're going to be financially stable. You're going to be ahead on money, not behind on money. You're going to be cashing checks, not tracking checks. money was given for you under the second stimulus package for you to get. And I want you to get that money. That's the video after this purple. It's on Afternoons LA and also on Mornings LA. But first, I want you to know what's in the third stimulus package. We start with the check, then we have the children, then we have those other items that come slowly thereafter. But I don't want you to be waiting for those slowly thereafter items to land because they're slowly coming thereafter. What are they? What are the other items of the third stimulus check package? And what's happening next week? I have all that exciting news coming up right after this commercial break. Stay with me for more.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Late Daily for the excitement of the new LA Late live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LA Late at 9 a.m. Home LA Late returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then Afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
From LA Late headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LA Late.
The other thing that's great across the board is I muted myself. I just gave away $20 million, so you just missed all that. I'm allowed one mess up in the entire day. You got 2 hours of this. No, 6 hours, and I muted myself for 20 seconds there. I'm not a big fan of the mute button. Maybe I won't use it anymore, because if you mute yourself, then you forget you mute yourself. So during that recording, I just told you that Nancy Pelosi was fired as Speaker of the House. Did you miss that part? No, she wasn't. I told you that that a bacon chef has replaced Mitch McConnell as minority leader. Speaker in the as minority leader of the Senate. So it's one of those days. What I was saying was, EIDL grant is the other item that is automatic, that is fast paying in the second stimulus package. That EIDL grant is one of those great things, less confusing than the mute button. Less confusing than the mute button. Because if you hit that mute button, you got to remember to hit it again so it unmutes it. So I don't think I got to hit it again. I'll just be quiet during the breaks. I just won't hit it. EIDL is $5,000 if you have less than 10 employees and make less than $50,000, or don't mess up with the mute button too often. The $5,000 EIDL grant has to pay out in about 14 days. So this is a very quick instrument. There's also money in there as a form of a grant for innovation of businesses. The president said he put this business innovation grant in there. Viewers and myself had problems finding it, but there is a business section in there. If you're a member, we got to pull up that bill and look at it. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. The link is at the top of the chat, also in the description. If you've not subscribed, also subscribe as well. $5 million, up to $5 million for restaurants, and then another round of PPP. And so suddenly you see that these things are there, but when can you get? Stimulus check is the fastest one. It could become a law early part of this week coming up. Could land in your bank account 3 days thereafter. But then what? That's sort of the easy equation. People have been asking me, what day am I going to get the stimulus check? That's sort of the easiest question. The question is, what's the next thing I can get? Because you're qualified for about $5,000 to $10,000 of items, usually under this third stimulus package. When can you go start applying for these other things? Well, the EIDL would likely be the next instrument you could get, application-based. And then the UI, PUA, FPEUC, and PEUC, and all those instruments would be automatic. So your UI and PUA weeks would not lapse. You would not go off benefits and back on benefits. You would stay on benefits. And you would stay on benefits from March all the way through August, just starting in the month of March. Your FPUC add-on would be $400 a week. That would be automatic. But what else besides those items? Well, the rent you'd have to apply for, the utilities you have to apply for, the internet you'd have to apply for, mortgage assistance, rent assistance, those you'd have to apply for as well. And so you see that things are a little bit slow in getting after that stimulus check. And that's why I want you to really focus in on purple. Not money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now. It's the final show of the day, and it shows you how, yeah, you're getting a $14 stimulus check, but what's after the $14 stimulus check? You need more, and that's really the big issue. You need more, and you deserve more, and by getting more, you're setting yourself up for more financial stability. So with all that, the big question is, which item do you want? Where do you want to push? Get that pen and paper ready, because on purple coming up after this, I'm going to show you how under second stimulus, there's the same items that were under third stimulus. But they're a little bit more broadly applied, a little bit more softly applied, which is better. There's rent before third stimulus. There's utilities before third stimulus utilities. There's internet before third stimulus internet. And there's food now. So why wait for third stimulus? Food is not dependent upon third stimulus, even though they're increasing it under third stimulus. That's all the great news. I'm so excited for you. It's been a big day. Let me see if you have any questions. Any questions before we go into the purple final half hour of the show? Is a $1,400 law yet? No, it was passed in the House on Friday. Will there be a fourth stimulus package? There will. It's called the Recovery Plan. I missed that comment. Hey, LA, it says John Josuenas. How are you? Linda's, take care. How are you? There's Crump Family Values and Leanne. And there's Philip. And there's Nanette. And there's Gabriel. Do we have an update on the bill? Just logging on. 12 shows later, 6 hours later shows. Just logging on. What I miss? Yeah, just 6 hours of shows. Just 6 hours of shows. You miss anything, you join me tomorrow again, or you can watch them all archived on the site, of course. Can you recap the 6 hours of shows? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for what you have done. God bless, says Jerry. I appreciate it. When is your SSI show, says Camille? It is on afternoons, LA, noontime, LA, at, I believe, 12:30. Hello from Decatur, says Dean. Good afternoon, Dwayne, and the afternoon Purple Power. What about hazard P with people making over $50,000? There is nothing. What is the fourth stimulus, says Tracy? That would be the Recovery Act or Recovery Plan, and it's currently being worked on by the president and also by Nancy. They're working on it. The question is whether there is a fifth stimulus package. That will be dependent upon what happens with Wall Street and long-term unemployment numbers, which Janet Yellen has been watching. That's going to depend on what happens with that. Still hanging in here, LA, says Kathy. How are you, Kathy? Any updates on PPP low income? I don't know what that means. PPP is available for you under second stimulus. It's not tied to anything low income. EIDL is low income. PPP, you can go get it today. How do you get it? It's the video right after this, Purple. It's available for you right now, and I would encourage you to get it if you need it. Starts as loan, turns into grant. I love you, LA, it says Juanetta. Lynn Gran. I got a PPP, says Crayola. There's Sandra Christian, Purple Hawk. How are you, Sandra? Everyone welcome Sandra to the family. A lot of people have gotten enhanced unemployment benefits from this channel. I would say a couple dozen. I know 5 have gotten $10,000. Tracy, thank you for the dancing pear. Very, very kind. Thank you, Tracy, for the dancing pear. And there's Crayola. Yeah, Lynn, yeah, I had hit the mute button, Lynn. So, yeah, I appreciate that. I had hit the mute button. I allowed one mess up in 6 hours of programming. I love the way the new show looks, Christina. Well, I appreciate that. Hit the like and share, says Alma. Absolutely. There you go. If I have been unemployed since March and I could do my taxes, it's good for help or not. I don't know what that question means, Oscar, but really interesting. I need help with eviction protection. Eviction moratorium, remember you have that CDC eviction moratorium still in place for several months. You go to the Centers for Disease Control, download the form, fill it out, give it to your landlord. All the instructions are on the Centers for Disease Control. You have a couple of executive orders still in place. No eviction moratorium is in place. Mortgage forbearance for federally backed mortgages. And then you have those executive orders for SNAP, which are really, really great news across the board. Gabriel, thank you for all the updates. I really appreciate it. And if you missed any shows today, they're all archived on the site. We're here daily, 9 a.m. to 3 o'clock, and 12 shows, 11 shows per day. And at the 28-minute mark, wow, what a day it has been. I'm back with you with the final show of Purple. Want that money right now? 5 days from now? Not 5 months from now? You do. Join me for Purple coming up right after this. I'm so excited. The final show of LA Live today.